the evolution event, I am becoming more and more convinced that as the fundamental root of the multiple currents and conflicts that are now convulsing the human mass, we must place our generation's gradual awakening to consciousness of a movement which is cosmic in breadth and organicity, a movement which, whether we welcome it or not, is drawing us through the relentless building up in our minds of a common Weltanschauung towards some ultra-human lying ahead in time. A century ago, evolution, so-called, could still be regarded as a mere local hypothesis, framed to meet the problem of the origin of species, and more particularly that of human origins. Since that time, however, we cannot avoid recognizing that it has included and now dominates the whole of our experience. Darwinism and transformism are words that already have only an historical interest. From the lowest and least stable nuclear elements up to the highest living beings, we now realize nothing exists, nothing in nature can be an object of scientific thought, except as a function of a vast and single combined process of corpusculization and complexification, in the course of which can be distinguished the phases of a gradual and irreversible interiorization, development of consciousness of what we call, without knowing what it is, matter. First, at the very bottom and in vast numbers, we have relatively simple particles, corpuscles, which are still, at least apparently, unconscious, pre-life. B. Next, following on the emergence of life in its relatively small numbers, we have beings that are simply conscious. C. And now, right now, we have beings that have suddenly become conscious of becoming every day a little more conscious as a result of co-reflection. This is the position we have reached. As I said before, evolution has, in a few years, invaded the whole field of our experience. But, what is more, since we can feel ourselves swept up and sucked up in this convergent flood, this evolution is giving new value, as material for our action, to the whole domain of existence, precisely inasmuch as the appearance of a peak of unification as the higher term of cosmic ferment is now objectively providing human aspirations for the first time in the course of history, with an absolute direction and an absolute end. From this arises, ipso facto, the general maladjustment we see on all sides in the old molds, in which either morality or religion is contained.